So in the previous lecture, we started the analysis between the three main parameters of the traffic engineering, that are, one is the volume, second one is density, and third one is speed. So how these parameters are relating with each other. So how the one parameter changes with respect to other parameter, and this behavior of changing is given by some scientists, and this behavior they have explained through the stream models, out of which the first stream model that we discussed is the Greenfield stream model. So for the Greenfield stream model, he has given the relationship between the speed and density. Okay. So speed and density, according to the Greenfield stream model, is linearly proportional with each other. So this graph will show you the linear relationship between the speed and density, where you can see when you are increasing the speed, when the speed is increasing, the density will be less in that case, right? This is speed वाढवेल तसं density कमी असणार आहे. So for maximum speed, your density will be 0. So maximum speed, you can call it as a VF, which is free flow speed also. And K naught is a 0 density. But when your speed is less, more number of vehicles will occupy your certain length of the road. So as more number of vehicles are occupying certain length of the road, the density will be more in that case. That's why when this, and it will happen when your vehicle speed will be less. So for less speed, your density will be maximum. That is given as jam density. त्यालाच आपण maximum density असं पण म्हणतो. K max. Okay. The next stream model is given by, in Greenfield stream model, there is one very important formula of speed, which is V is equal to VF minus VF into K divided by Kj. So where V is the mean speed, VF is the free flow speed, K is the density at mean speed, while Kj is the maximum density. So what it indicates, when your density becomes 0, speed approaches to maximum speed, that is free flow speed. Okay, so this is very important equation, and we need to remember this equation. Now after Greenfield, we have discussed the Greenberg model. In Greenberg model, this scientist has assumed instead of linear relationship, a logarithmic relationship between speed and density. तर ग्रीनबर्गनी काय केलं की लिनियर रिलेशनशिप ऐवजी लॉगॅरिथमिक रिलेशनशिप अजून केलं स्पीड आणि डेन्सिटी मधलं. And according to him, the formula for this speed is V is equal to V0 ln kj divided by k. But what happens that there is main drawback in this logarithmic model is that when your density tends to 0, speed tends to infinity. जेव्हा तुमची डेन्सिटी 0 होती तेव्हा स्पीड काय होतोय? इन्फिनिटी होतोय. But this is totally wrong. Right? So in the next slide, you can see that the speed and density relationship in which as soon as your density is tending to 0, the speed is reaching infinity, right? The speed is reaching to infinity. Okay. After that, there is exponential model given by this Underwood. And according to him, the speed is given by v is equal to vf e raised to minus k by k0. See here, this is the exponential model. And finally, there is a pipes generalized model where he has introduced only a new parameter, which is n. So it is given by v is equal to vf 1 minus k by kj raised to n. So if you substitute the value of n as 1, you can see this pipes model will be equivalent to that of the Greenshield model. Okay. Then we have discussed multi-regime models. And the most important part in this is the analysis of speed, flow, and density relationship. This is the important point we have covered in the last lecture. That is analysis of speed, flow means volume, and density relationship. So as all of you know, the velocity according to Greenshield is given by v is equal to vf minus vf into k divided by kj. So this is the relationship between speed and flow. So when will be your traffic volume will be maximum? Traffic volume तुमचं maximum कधी असेल? जेव्हा most of the vehicles will travel at a speed which is a median speed. जास्तीत जास्त vehicles हे आपल्या median speed ला travel करत असतील तेव्हाच तुम्हाला maximum traffic volume मिळेल. So this is the very simple logic. So you cannot, all the vehicles cannot travel at the maximum speed. All the vehicles cannot travel at 80, 90 km per hour. And all the vehicles will not travel at only 5 to 10 kmph. So the maximum traffic volume in that case, you will get only when So maximum traffic volume is only when your vehicles are traveling at a median speed, right? Then we have discussed a relationship between speed, flow, and density. So basic relationship between speed, flow, and density is Q is equal to KV. हे रिलेशनशिप होतं. तर Q V च्या ऐवजी आपण हा फॉर्म्युला सबस्टिट्यूट करणार. VF minus VF into K divided by KJ. So it will become Q is equal to VFK minus VF by KJ into K square. Now to find out the maximum flow, we have to differentiate the flow with respect to density. And if we equate it with 0, then we will get one most important formula for maximum flow, that is Q max is equal to VF into Kj divided by 4. Or you can also write Vmax into Kmax into Kmax divided by 4. Okay. Now let us discuss some of the numericals which is based on this speed, density, and volume relationship. So the relationship between the speed and density for the traffic speed on the road is given by U is equal to 70 minus 0.7 K. Okay. The capacity on this road कॅपॅसिटी म्हणजे काय फाइंड आउट करायचं तुम्हाला ट्रॅफिक व्हॉल्यूम फाइंड आउट करायचं in vehicles per hour. So you have the relationship as U is equal to 70 minus 0.7 K. Okay, if you compare this is, let us assume, equation number 1, and this is equation number 2. Now if you compare these two equations, you will find that free flow velocity is equal to 70 kmph, right? And Vf by kj is equal to 0.7. Now Vf value is already known, 70. So 70 divided by 0.7, you will get the maximum density here, that is free flow density, sorry, jam density. Okay, so jam density becomes 100 vehicles per kilometer. Jam density becomes 100 vehicles per kilometer. So after substituting this jam density value and free flow speed in this equation, that is Q max is equal to Vf kj by 4, you will get the maximum traffic volume here, which is equal to 1750 vehicles per hour. Okay. Next question is also similar to last one. So on a section of highway, the speed density relationship is linear and is given by V is equal to 80 minus 2 by 3 K. So where V is in kmph and K is in vehicles per kilometer. And you need to find out the capacity of this section of the highway. So as all of you know, the maximum traffic flow or maximum traffic volume is given by Qmax is equal to Vf kj divided by 4. Qmax is equal to Vf kj divided by 4. Now the relationship is given here, which is V is equal to 80 minus 2 by 3 K. And if you compare this with our equation, this equation, V is equal to Vf minus Vf by kj into K. Vf by kj into K. So you will come to know that the value of Vf is equal to 80. That is free flow speed is 80 kmph. Vf by kj is equal to 2 by 3. So from this you can calculate the jam density. So jam density will be 119.4 vehicles per kilometer, or nearly equal to 120 vehicles per kilometer. And to find out the maximum traffic flow, you can write here Q max is equal to Q max is equal to 80 into 120 divided by 4. So you will get here the answer as 2400 vehicles per hour. Okay. So let us go to the next one. A two-lane urban road with one-way traffic has maximum capacity of 1800 vehicles per hour. So clearly in the problem, the maximum volume, traffic volume is given as 1800 vehicles per hour. Under the jam condition means they are speaking about density. The average length occupied by the vehicle is 5 meter. So length is given as 5 meter. Okay. The speed versus density relationship is linear. So according to Greenfield model, they are saying that the speed versus density relationship is linear. Okay. So this is the linear relationship between speed and density. So this is density and this is speed. For a traffic volume of 1000 vehicles per hour, for a traffic volume of 1000 vehicles per hour, the density in kilometer, density in vehicles per kilometer. So Q is given 1000 vehicles per hour. You have to find out K density. Okay. चालू की So let us solve this example. So Q max, I will write here. Q max, that is maximum capacity of traffic is given by 1800 is given as the value 1800 vehicles per hour. 1800 vehicles per hour. Average length is given already, L is equal to 5 meters. Now let us find out the maximum density. So maximum density, which is K max, denoted by K max or K jam, is equal to, it is given by vehicles per kilometer, right? So already length is given 5 meter. So 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So 1000 divided by 5. So you will get 200 vehicles per kilometer as the maximum density. Okay, understood? How we found out the maximum density or jam density? So 1000 divided by 5, that is 200 vehicles per kilometer will be the maximum density. Now, once the maximum density and Qmax is known, we can find out the Vmax, maximum speed or free flow speed. So Qmax, as all of you know, the formula for the Qmax is equal to Vmax into Kmax, Vmax into Kmax, or divided by 4, or you can write in this way also, or Qmax is equal to Vf, that is free flow speed, into Kj, that is jam density, divided by 4. So let us substitute these values here. Qmax ची व्हॅल्यू माहिती आहे तुम्हाला, how much? 1800. Vmax ची व्हॅल्यू पण माहिती आहे. Vmax we need to find out Vmax. Kmax ची व्हॅल्यू जस्ट आपण फाइंड आउट केली 200 divided by 4. So from this we can get Vmax as maximum speed as how much? 36 kmph. Am I right? Okay. So I hope up to this you have no doubt. They are saying that the relationship between the density and speed is linear. So when your speed is maximum, Vmax, this is Km. So I will erase this now, all. So see here, this is velocity, sorry, this is density, K at any speed V, right? So from this graph we can write Kmax divided by Vmax is equal to this Km minus K divided by Vm minus V. Vm minus V. करेक्ट. सो के मॅक्स ची व्हॅल्यू तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. के मॅक्स आपण फाइंड आउट केलं 200. सो 200 divided by 36 is equal to 200 minus k divided by 36, that is V max minus V. So from this relationship, you can get K as 5.5, 5.55 V. Okay. But as you know, the basic relationship for normal condition, the basic relationship is given as Q is equal to KV. So Q is equal to K into V. You can write K divided by 5.55. K divided by 5.55. Okay. K divided by 5.55. So from this you can calculate K. Q, the value is given as 1000. So 1000 is equal to K square divided by 5.55. So from this, K is nearly equal to 75. So option number D is correct. Okay. Next example. The average spacing between vehicle in a traffic stream is 50 meter, then the density in vehicles per kilometer of the stream. So they are asking density. So this is only one step problem. K is equal to 1000, which is in meter, 1000 divided by 50. So you will get the density as 20 vehicles per kilometer. Okay. Next example is, if the jam density is given as Kj and free flow speed is given as UF, the maximum flow for a linear speed traffic density model is given by which of the following options? So in this case, as all of you know, the maximum flow, that is Q max, is given by Vf into Kj divided by 4. So option number A is correct. Next, on a specific highway, the speed density relationship follows the Greenberg model. ग्रीनबर्गचं मॉडेल काय होतं? लॉगॅरिथमिक रिलेशनशिप होतं. V is equal to Vf ln K by Kj. So when the highway is operating at capacity, the density obtained as per this model is so in this case, the correct option is option D, Kj by E. So option number D is correct. Let us go to the next example. So a linear relationship is observed between speed and density on a certain section of highway. तर स्पीड आणि डेन्सिटी मध्ये लिनियर रिलेशनशिप आहे असं म्हणतात. The free flow speed is observed to be 80 km/h. Free flow speed म्हणजे काय दिलं? Maximum speed दिलं. So I will write here Vf is equal to 80 kmph. And the jam density is estimated as 100 vehicles per kilometer length. म्हणजे काय दिलं? kj is given as 100 vehicles per kilometer. Based on the above relationship, the maximum flow expected on this section and the speed at the maximum flow will be respectively. So let us first find out the maximum flow. पहिल्यांदा maximum flow find out करूयात. How to find out the maximum flow? Qmax is equal to V up into Kj divided by 4. So Vf is known, Kj is known. So 80 into 100 divided by 4. So you'll get the maximum flow as किती आहे ते सांगा. 2000 vehicles per hour. Vehicles per hour. So when Qmax is equal to 2000, your Vf will be so first two options are gone here. हा येणार नाही, हा ऑप्शन येणार नाही. C or either C or D. या दोन्ही पैकी काहीतरी. So 2000 vehicles per kilometer and 80 kmph is the answer. Sorry, at maximum flow, speed will be half according to this relationship. So D will be correct answer. Okay. Now let us go to the next point, which is highway capacity. So as all of you know, capacity means flow or volume. So which is defined as the vehicles per unit time, which is at a particular location. So when we are speaking about highway capacity, it is the number of vehicles per unit time, which is expressed in generally vehicles per kilometer, vehicles per hour, vehicles per day, vehicles per week, right? So this capacity is independent on the demand. While it is nothing about the physical amount of vehicle and the passengers that a road can afford. So that is your highway capacity. As well as this highway capacity is independent on the total number of vehicles demanding the service. मग हे हायवे कॅपॅसिटी कोण डिफाइन करतं? Who defines the highway capacity? So it is given by the highway capacity manual. So it is given by the highway capacity manual. कसं define केलं highway capacity? By highway capacity manual is the maximum hourly rate at which a persons or vehicles can be expected to traverse a point or uniform segment of lane or roadway during a given time period under a prevailing roadway traffic and control conditions. So how the highway capacity is defined? It is the maximum hourly vehicles that are expected on a certain point of the road during a certain period under the prevailing traffic, roadway and control conditions. Okay. So this highway capacity will be dependent upon the three factors. First one is the traffic conditions. Second one is the roadway characteristics. And third one is the control conditions. So if we speak about the first condition, that is traffic condition. Am I audible? So first point is the traffic condition. So it is related to the mixed traffic such as cars, trucks, buses in the stream. And it also includes the parking characteristics, proportions of turning movements at the intersections. The second point is the roadway characteristics. Second point is roadway characteristics. So it is related to geometric characteristics of the road, like lane width, shoulder width, lane configuration, horizontal and vertical alignment. And the third point related to this highway capacity, or on which the highway capacity depends, is the control conditions. And this is basically applicable to the surface facilities, and it is related to the signals at the intersections. Okay. Now let us go to the next point. The next point is a level of service, which is commonly known as LOS. So there are basically two terms. One is a capacity and second one is the service volume. So the major difference between these two terms, that is capacity and level of service, is that the capacity is a quantitative measure. So we are measuring the traffic volume in quantities. For example, 100 vehicles per hour. So it is mentioning quantity. So it is related to capacity, or 200 vehicles per day. So as we are mentioning it in a quantitative manner, this is related to capacity. While the level of service is a qualitative measure. It is a qualitative measure. So volume is the maximum number of vehicles. It may be passengers, which is accommodated by the given facility at a given level of service. म्हणजे काय, एखाद्या रोडसाठी for a particular load or facility, the capacity could be constant. But the flow will be different for different days and different times in a day also. So your traffic volume will be different for different days. For example, it will be different on weekdays. Also, it will be different in a within a day. It is also different. For example, morning there will be maximum traffic volume, in the afternoon less, and in the evening there will be a maximum volume again. Okay. Hmm? So the level of service is related to the traffic service quality at the given traffic flow rate. So this level of service, it is about the range of operating conditions on a particular type of facility. So according to Highway Capacity Manual, which is developed by the Transport Research of USA, they are dividing this quality of traffic into 6 categories, which is from level A to level F. लेवल ए पासून लेवल एफ पर्यंत ही ट्रॅफिक कॅपॅसिटी डिवाइड केलेली आहे. मग आता लेवल ए म्हणजे काय? सो लेवल ए इज नथिंग बट इट इज रिप्रेझेंटिंग द बेस्ट क्वालिटी ऑफ द ट्रॅफिक. Level A is related to the best quality of the traffic. So where the driver has the freedom to drive with free flow speed. While the level F represents the worst quality of traffic. लेवल ए काय रिप्रेझेंट करणार आहे? बेस्ट क्वालिटी ऑफ ट्रॅफिक. तर लेवल एफ काय रिप्रेझेंट करणार आहे? वर्स्ट क्वालिटी ऑफ ट्रॅफिक. तर बेस्ट क्वालिटी ऑफ ट्रॅफिक म्हणजे काय? जिथे ड्रायव्हरला फ्रीडम असतं मॅक्झिमम स्पीडनी व्हेकल रन करण्याचं. सो आय विल शो यू वन इमेज हियर. So see here, there are A to F categories, that is level of services. So let us understood these categories in detail. So A is a best quality level of service, which is a free flow traffic. So in this, users are practically unaffected by the presence of other vehicles. And the choice of speed and the maneuverability are free. So the driver can travel with a maximum speed. There is a freedom to driver. And the level of comfort here is the excellent. The volume to capacity ratio is here below 0.2. So this needs to be remembered. Sometimes it may be asked for multiple choice question. So the volume to capacity ratio is usually below 0.2. Second level of service is the steady traffic. So in which the presence of other vehicle affects the behavior of individual driver. So choice of speed is free, but there is a decreased speed here. Comfort is also excellent, but the driver has to keep eye on the nearby vehicles. So that is related to the steady traffic. The third level of service is a steady traffic, but limited. So here the presence of other vehicles affects the driver. The level of comfort now in this case, choice of speed is also affected, and the level of comfort decreases quickly here. Why it is decreased? Because the driver has to keep the attention towards other vehicles. The fourth level of service is a steady traffic at high density. So here speed is reduced, comfort level is less, as there is a collision with other vehicles which should be avoided constantly. There is a slight increase in the traffic risk, which is causing operational problem and saturating the network. The fifth level of service is a traffic at saturation. So here speed is low, but it is uniform. But the user here is frustrated. Last level of service, which is known as the worst quality service, is a congestion where there is an unstable speed. High level of vigilance is required for the users with no comfort. So at this level, the volume and capacity ratio exceeds 1. So when your volume to capacity ratio is exceeding, there is no any kind of comfort. Okay. So this is about the level of service. So just now we have discussed level of service A is freeway, level of service B, level of service C, D, E, and finally F. So there is one graph between operating speed and the level of service, volume to capacity ratio, and level of services are from A to F. So the graph looks like this. So there are some factors which affects the level of service, such as first one is speed and travel time. Second, traffic interruptions or restrictions. Third, freedom to travel with desired speed. Fourth, driver comfort and convenience. And fifth one is the operating cost. So these are the factors which affect the level of service. Now the next point is a capacity of urban roads. Next point is related to the capacity of the urban roads. In this, the urban roads are classified into two types. The first one is arterial streets and second one is downtown streets. So urban streets are mainly affected by, or there are mainly you can find out the speed regulations, extensive roadside development, mixed traffic conditions, and there is a high degree of congestion. So these are the some of the points you will observe for the urban streets. The arterial streets, which has the longer spacing of intersections and there is a less roadside development than the downtown streets. Okay. So let us discuss the level of service for urban and suburban roads. So if we are speaking about the first level of service A for the urban roads, then the average speed is 80 kmph or more. So there is a free flow traffic or free flow speed with volume to capacity ratio as 0.60 and the load factor is about 0 and peak factor is 0.70. So this is the first type of level of service A. The second type, if I want to speak about the level of service, is B, where the average speed is 40. Volume to capacity ratio is increased here 0.70 and the load factor is also increased 0.1 and the peak factor is reduced, that is 0.8. Third category C, related about the urban road, is the stable flow. there is a delays in the traffic, travel. So where speed is 30 kmph, volume to capacity ratio is increased now 0.8. So as soon as when you are going from A to F, you will find that this volume to capacity ratio is increasing, right? The load factor is about 0.3. So speaking about D, E, and F, for D, it is 25 kmph. Unstable flow is there. Volume capacity ratio now increase 0.9. Load factor 0 to 7 and peak factor 0.9. E, there is a congestion with unstable flow. Speed is about 25 kmph and volume to capacity ratio is also increased here. And last level of service in F, there is a forced flow with the traffic jam conditions, where you can find the speed drops to 15 kmph and volume to capacity ratio some will exceed beyond 1. Okay. Then last point is capacity of rural roads. Before that, we have discussed capacity of urban roads. Now let us discuss level of service for the rural roads between A to F. So while I am speaking about level of service related to rural roads, the A will represent the best flow, which is free flow condition. So the speed must be higher than 100 kmph and volume may reach 420 passenger car per hour in both direction. For B, the speed is about 90 kmph or volume may reach 750 km passengers per hour, car per hour in both directions. For C, the flow is stable, but the speed here is 80 kmph and volume will be 1200 cars per hour in both directions. Now for capacity of rural roads, if I want to speak about level of service D, the speed drops to 60 kmph and volume increases to 1800 cars per hour in both direction. For E, the speed will be again less 50 kmph and volume will be 2800 passengers car per hour. For forced flow, speed is less than 50 kmph and traffic volume will be 2000 cars per hour in both direction. Okay, so this is about the capacity of the rural routes. Passenger car unit concept we have already covered in the second chapter. So with this, the chapter number 3 is over. Now let us go to the chapter number 4, which is traffic regulations. Chapter number 4 is traffic regulation. So syllabus for this chapter is general regulations. What are the general regulations related to traffic? Regulations on a vehicle. In that we are going to discuss vehicle registration requirements and accessories, vehicle inspection, inspection coverage, general control for motorist pedestrian, regulations on drivers, that is driver licensing, speed control methods, in which we are going to discuss methods of control devices, speed zoning, one-way street, what is the necessity of one-way street, what are the requirements of one-way street, what are the advantages and disadvantages, and finally central motor vehicle rules we are going to discuss. So here one link is provided for general regulations given by the government of Maharashtra. So let us discuss the regulations on vehicles. So in which the first point is vehicle registration. So vehicle registration is the basic requirement which provides guidelines to the administrator, planners, traffic police, and traffic engineer on how the total number of vehicles in use are, the different types, what is the taxation, what is the name of the owner, and the license plate number. So for all this purpose, vehicle registration is the basic requirement. So now in India, the vehicles registered in the different states have the different license plate number. And this identity will be established by the alphabets preceding the number. Like for Maharashtra, it is MH. For Karnataka, it is K. For Gujarat, it is GJ, like that. This. So what is the practice in India for the vehicle regulation? That is, it is the color of letters and the background plate is as. So let us discuss that. So whenever there is a white number plate, what it indicates, suppose there is a white number plate on which the lettering is with black, then it indicates the private vehicles. काय indicate करतात ते? It indicates the private vehicles. And these are used for only private purposes and should not be used for commercial purpose. So you can see here, there is a white background on which black colored numbers are there. So it is indicating that this is a private vehicle and this should be used only for the private purpose and not for the commercial purpose, right? Suppose there is a yellow number plate, so it indicates the commercial use. So you will find these kinds of number plates on trucks and taxis. So whenever there is a such kind of number plate, you will understand this is for the commercial purposes. But here the driver of that vehicle should have the commercial driving permit. That is important here for using the commercial purpose. So when there is a vehicle with black number plate with yellow lettering, it indicates that it is available on rent for self-drive. So such type of vehicles which can be accommodated for the rent, but you have to self-drive it. So these cars can be put for the commercial purpose without the limitation of the driver, which is having to own a commercial driving permit. त्या ड्रायव्हर कडे कमर्शियल ड्रायव्हिंग परमिट नसलं तरी चालेल. Next one is a light blue number plate with white lettering. So these number plates related to the United Nations Diplomatic Corps or the Consular Corps respectively, UNCD or CC. Okay. Red color number plates. These are used by the President of India, governors of the states. So they have the emblem of India in gold embossed on a red colored plate. So you can see here. Last one is a number plate with upward pointing arrow. So this unique number system you can see for the military vehicles. And these numbers are also registered under the Ministry of Defense, New Delhi. So here the case is that the first or the third character is upward pointing arrow, which is known as broad arrow. And the 2 digits succeeding the arrow shows the year in which military procured the vehicle. Okay, तर बघूयात काय आहे. So here is upward arrow, and this first or third letter is representing the two digits succeeding shows the year in which 15, the year in which the vehicle is procured by the military. Okay. So with this, we will stop for here.